Welcome to our next video series. In this section of the video, we cover the weekly GTA market trends that we are tracking so that you guys who are actively in the real estate market can make informed decisions.
Right. So let's jump into the graph that we are tracking.
Yes.
So whoever is watching our video for the very first time, so we are just showcasing what area is covered under our Greater Toronto area. So Max, do you want to quickly brief it?
Yes. So basically, GTA means it's basically involves five areas, which is the area of Halton, Peel, York, Durham, and the city of Toronto. And all these areas have their own municipalities. And if you see those, those squares are in there that's written, those are all the municipalities under each of those areas. So whatever we are covering is basically contained in this Greater Toronto area, which we call it GTA.
Okay, great. So the graph that we are showcasing here is covering the GTA that we just shown in the screen print. So here we are tracking three different metrics: the active listings, which is nothing but the inventory, and the second is the new listings, so the new listings coming into the market on a weekly basis, and then the number of sales, the sold transactions. So for the last week or the last 2 weeks, what we're seeing, even from the active listing perspective, we are not seeing any change because the active listing is creeping up since last February actually. So it can pretty much clear in this graph that the blue line you see there, the inventory is creeping up, and it's now sitting hovering around 24 and a half K. Like it's gonna be we don't know, like it would be touching 25K, because in the last week we see a little change in the new listings trend, where in the last 2 weeks we are seeing around 3,400 or 3,800 new listings coming into the market on a weekly basis. But it's when you compare it to the previous weeks, we had seen 4,800, 4,300, 4,400 new listings came into the market. This is something that we are anticipating in the summer months, even though we had a rate cut. This is summer, and people are not much interested in real estate. But still, there's a huge opportunity for buyers out there, because the number of listings or the active inventory we have is it's phenomenal. Like 25K is something very huge, and we have not seen this much inventory for many years in GTA. The if you see the sales transactions, the last 2 weeks, the last week it was hovering 1,300, and this week it is just 664. That is kind of an exception, because we had a short week since we did have the Canada Day holiday. So it was a short week, but we don't know is that a trend. But if you compare to the previous weeks, of course, the sales is also starting coming down further. So these two, parameters is pretty much aligning with what we see in the summer months. But inventory is the major data point here. Everybody needs to be looked at it, and there is a lot of opportunities for the buyers. So we will hear from Max, what really happening what is really happening in the market, what is the ground reality, and is the same trend is continuing actually on the day we are talking. So Max,
Absolutely.
please help us. What do you see?
So what I see from my personal experience, which is the ground reality, is it's pretty much aligned with what we are seeing in these data. Now there are homes sitting in the market, that are not getting sold, but most of them are not getting sold, and there are sales happening here and there when the prices are right and the homes are good, and the sellers are willing to take a hit on the price. The inventory is moving, but sellers who are holding on, hoping that they're gonna get the same price that the properties that went during the pandemic times, they are not getting that. They are still, their inventory is not moving. So slowly the sellers are understanding that there is a correction happening in the market, and if they really want to sell, they can't expect the same price for the properties that were selling during the pandemic times.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that, Max. So still the negotiation power is still with the buyers.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's what we wanted to cover in our weekly market trends. So I think we will cover our next topic in our next video, which is nothing but the mortgage rate changes. So please watch out our video, the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.